Hello, welcome to Foundation Friday, June 1st, 2018. Steve Sipress here on the terrace outside of my office on another beautiful, spectacular spring day here in sunny Arizona at our new location. We just moved this week, if you have not been following along with my daily videos. And so we have a new view in the background as the sun sets over the mountains in the distance. And, well, there's our pool right behind me. Very nice. I can even just jump right off the terrace and take a little dip in the pool. But I will not be doing that. However, back in the day, who knows what crazy things I might have done. Well, not really. It's a long way, and it's fairly shallow. I think it's only about 5 feet deep in the middle. Anyway, I digress. So today, Foundation Friday, and I am not wearing my typical ugly, ridiculous red Hawaiian shirt, because quite frankly, we've not completed the move yet, and I cannot find a whole lot of stuff, including my ugly red Hawaiian shirt. So I am wearing instead an ugly blue Hawaiian shirt for the day, and that'll have to do. So Foundation Friday, and today's tip is about focus. And are you focused? And where is your focus in your business? Because for a small business owner, you hear me say it all the time, the good news and the bad news is you're your own boss. And again, as always on these videos, I am speaking to business owners, entrepreneurs. I'm not speaking to the 87% of Americans that work for the 13% of us. I'm not speaking to the people that are too lazy, cowardly, selfish, for whatever reason. They don't go out and run their own businesses. They go suck off of us and make sure that we pay their paychecks and their benefits and their employment taxes, and so that they can then pay their mortgages and their car payments and go out to dinner and do whatever they do with the money that we give them, because they do a little bit of work sometimes and claim that their boss sucks and their job sucks and all that kind of crap. Well, that's us. So congratulations to you if you're one of us, one of the 13% of the entrepreneurs. The ones with the guts and the gusto and the energy and the vision and the passion to make the world run, because that's business owners, not employees. We need plenty of employees, by the way, of course, to make our businesses run, to wash our cars, to pick up our garbage, all that kind of stuff. They're just very replaceable, and they're not the people that make the world run. Jim is here. Good seeing you. And so, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, your focus needs to be on your patients, your clients, your customers, your members, whoever is the part of your business that produces the revenue. Whoever's giving you the revenue is where you need to focus your business. Too many business owners, first of all, a lot of them don't have focus. So again, the good news and bad news, you're your own boss. So without a boss, or with a very lax boss, if you don't know how to manage your time and manage yourself, then a lot of business owners kind of don't get a lot done. Or they work in their business a lot, in the doing end of the deliverable of their business. They don't work on the business. They don't work, in other words, as a CEO or as a president of the company. They work like they're a worker. Oh, Steve, I don't have time to put that together because I got to be up on the roof. You understand? I got to be working on the truck. You know, I got to be changing the brakes on a car today, so I don't have time to work on my marketing. That kind of BS. Those are not the successful business owners that hopefully you are if you're watching this. You've got to focus on where the revenue comes in, and that's on your clients, your customers, your patients, your members, whatever it is in your business. And I'll give you an example, a story. This morning, had a scheduled appointment from 8 to 10 a.m. The DirecTV guy showing up to hook up the DirecTV. Actually, just to switch over from the one that's the dish is already here. They just got to switch it over to us. And this, I had scheduled the appointment for Tuesday, the day of our move. At the latest they could make it, the window was from 12 to 4. And I knew we'd be arriving here with the truck and the movers in a late afternoon sometime, and hopefully they'd come late afternoon. Well, of course, as luck would have it, or whatever would have it, the guy showed up right at noon. Well, we weren't here yet. The movers were still loading the truck. And so they sent us into DirecTV purgatory with a 3-day penalty. They claimed, you know, when you don't make an appointment, you're on hold for 3 days. So the next time we can come is Friday. And that was this morning. I said, well, come the earliest you can. And, you know, okay, a few days without TV, not the end of the world. We don't need to watch direct TV every day. So we're fine. But okay, come as early as you can Friday. That'd be cool. And so the window was 8 to 10 or 8 to noon today or whatever. And I got a client who calls me at 9 a.m. And that just so happens while I'm on the call with my client, the phone is beeping in. And I have a feeling, and it ends up that that was the DirecTV guy who was out at the gate to our new community, which is a gated community, and he's out there calling to say, what's the code to punch in the numbers to the box so I can get in and hook up your DirecTV, you ridiculous person. I'm pretty sure he didn't, well, who knows? He might have said something a lot worse than you ridiculous person, because I was, in fact, whatever he wanted to say, how ridiculous of me to not remember. We're moving into a gated community, and when I scheduled the DirecTV guy, I also got to tell him, here's the code, the guest code to punch in to get in here and put in our DirecTV. Or I got to be available for when he's sitting there at the code box and doesn't know what to do, or knows what to do but doesn't know the number, and he's calling. I got to be available for the call, and I will not interrupt a phone call with a client or a business partner for someone beeping in. I just don't do it. For the call waiting, call forward, whatever it's called, the beeping, I don't do it. I'm focused. See, when I'm talking to my client, having a conversation with my client, I am focused on my client, and I will not beep in and put them on hold and talk to somebody else. I just will not do it. So I had a choice. As I had a feeling this morning, the beeping must have been the director. Of course, you know, I think I even did glance at the phone after 4 or 5 beeps and was some number I'd never seen before. And so I have a feeling that was the DirecTV guy. And later on, I was told, he said he was calling. But I was like, look, I was not going to have my story to be told for the rest of mankind that the only time I ever took a beeping in call when I was speaking to a client or allowed myself to lose focus on my client and be interrupted was just so that I could watch TV. I mean, how ridiculous. I will not do that. So you can do it in your business. Feel free. It's your business. You run it any way you want. The way I run my business, I focus on my clients. So if you're my client, you're watching this, you know that. And I believe all my clients know that, feel that, trust that, understand that. That's how I get referrals. It's how clients stay with me for years and decades. I believe they just know that I'm focused on my clients. You know, I think when cell phones first came out, 10, 12 years ago, and I was working at the Yellow Page company for about 3 years, I was famous for, they wanted us to put our cell phone number on our business cards, and I was like, I will not, because I don't answer it. I'm almost always with a client, an advertiser, and I'm not going to be answering the cell phone, so that's not a good way to get a hold of me. Furthermore, I would tell everyone, whenever I had a meeting in the business or in the home, depending on who was running the business or who I was meeting with for their advertising, I would let them know. I did not even bring my phone in. I leave it out in the car. Now I work my home office, but when I'm on the road, I'm at an event or I'm seeing clients, I'm not taking my phone out of my pocket. I'm not sitting there. Doesn't matter if it rings, if it beeps, doesn't matter what's going on. And even now it's not till Monday afternoon that they'll be coming, so it's an entire week basically without, not a big deal again, without having our DirecTV work, and no big deal. Maybe my beautiful wife Michelle might have liked to be watching something, so I didn't even think about that part. I'm sure she might, but she also knows that I'm focused on our clients, and our clients come first, and that's just the way it is, and I am not taking beeping in calls. So what about you? When the phone rings, when you're on with a client or a business partner, and something is beeping in, do you say, hang on? Because it happens to me all the time. People say it to me, oh, hang on, I got to take this call. And I'm sitting there going like, okay. Like, we now know what's more important to this person. Now, there are exceptions, of course. I've had people tell me, I have my phone here, which I never interrupt a business meeting for a phone call, but my wife's in the hospital, my kid's in the hospital, my wife's 9 months pregnant. There's some really pressing reason why they're going to have the phone there, and they would interrupt a business meeting for somebody else. But I don't. If I'm meeting with you, whoever you're watching this video, if I'm meeting with you then I'm not focused on anything else. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm not watching for a call or a visit or the door being knocked by somebody else. I'm focused on you. That's the way it is. And by the way, if you want my focus on you and your business and how I can help you to bring in more money to do whatever you want with, I have my guaranteed 25K in 25 minutes strategy session. It's free. You go to 25Kin25.com. Simple enough. And you put in your name and your phone number and whatever else it asks you for, whatever your question is or something. We get on the phone, and in one 25-minute free strategy session, I guarantee to find you at least $25,000 right under your nose in your business. Very simple, easy, quick to pick it up and put it in your pocket, for crying out loud. And if that's all we ever do, we part as friends, great. If we both decide that maybe you could want some more help on an ongoing basis like that to bring in 25, 50, 100, because usually it's a lot more than 25 I help somebody find, like, we could possibly talk about that too. But I would say that, you know, very few of these conversations end up in somebody I want to take on as a client, but that doesn't mean that I won't help you out on the free strategy session. So 25Kin25.com, and no matter how much the phone is beeping in, when we're on that consultation and you're on the phone with me, I'm not going to answer it. I'm going to be focused on you, because that's my Foundation Friday tip of the day. Thanks, everybody, for being here live. I don't see any questions, comments, concerns, issue. If so, just post them in a comment below, and I'll get to them later. Thanks for being here today as the sun sets in the west on another spectacularly gorgeous, beautiful Arizona spring day. Thanks for joining me here. I'll be back tomorrow with Success Story Saturday, where I'll tell the story of a successful entrepreneur. I hope you'll join me then. Over and out. Bye-bye.